Well, hello, Cancers. How's it going, Cancer friends? It's your friend Dharma Jane here to do yet another tarot spread for you. Still working on my house, still working on transition, so I haven't got my setup done, but I wanted to get the readings done anyway, so here we are pointed at the table, and let's just do this, right? So we'll do what we can. Guides and angels, anyone from the highest good for the sign of Cancer, and cross watchers, please. So this is about 7 days from whenever you watch this. So it doesn't matter when it was uploaded, just about 7 days from whenever you watch it. So what do we have for Cancer for the week ahead, please? I feel like I'm in mush. You know what I mean? So bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. So it's like, I kind of just want to be, like I'm overwhelmed, first and foremost. And I kind of feel like that's why I was suddenly feeling like mush, because everything feels heavy. Like, you know what it feels like to run through water? That's kind of what it feels like. Because it's like this swarming memory of the past. You've got her just looking just melancholy, but it's like I want to talk about acceptance of a pattern, if you will. You know what song I'm hearing is that Meghan Trainor, I thank God every day that I woke up feeling this way. It's if I was you, I wanna be me too. It's like which is so funny because that song is like really super upbeat, and that's not this. But it's like something coming up from the surface to like accept who you are and your past patterns, no matter what anybody else says. And then it's like you get the wave of emotions at some point during the week, or since this was the bottom of the deck, that's going to be like, it's there. The feels are there, definitely, throughout the week. And it's dealing with the past, and it's dealing with probably some kind of emotion. So let's see, because there's a choice to be made. It's like, do I go back to the way things were in the past, or do I, this one over here, I don't know if you can see these. I really need a better camera. One, it's like, yeah, we're juggling, but this one up here seems way better. Oh, I heard comes at a cost. Yeah, and so here we are being called to have strength, right? And it might be the strength to gain independence from an air sign. Or for some of you to make an air sign not single anymore. For those of you who are, because it's almost like for some of you, it's like this person is very strong. She's very, and it doesn't have to be, yeah, it's the queen, but it doesn't have to be masculine or feminine. She's like standing up tall and like has wisdom and kind of a smart mouth, and just like doesn't take any shit. And it's like this over here, we're like looking at the past, like, well, in the past, I would have been the one shoveling it towards someone like this. It's just that this one isn't going to accept that. So how do I get the strength to break the patterns so that I can... It's kind of like the choice between the past or the future. Like, do I become stronger to, it might be for some of you, like, because there's all one person in all of these, to become stronger to, like, get this to turn around. You know what I mean? And for some of you, it's like, how do I become stronger in order to match the level of this badassery so that we can become a union? So I don't know if this is about a union or not yet. We'll see. What do we have coming in from the fairies for Cancer for the week, please? Yeah, okay, so yeah, it's going to be about a union. This is the, so here we have, I'm getting a bunch of messages. So first off, it's the fairy who was kissed by the pixies, but I call this my smitten kitten card only because look at her face. Look at all of their faces, right? But here again, we have this lion and this lamb that I've been talking about for a while, channeling for a while. And it's like, this also with the Six of Cups in reverse, there is a call here in order to embrace this love. Some of the past has to be let go of, and that's going to take a ton of strength. And it's, again, here we are juggling, like, is it the past or the future? Because it's whatever this is that makes Cancer feel so good. Whatever this is, let me just move these over. Whatever this is that has been presented, it's right in front of Cancer right now. It's there because now this is being called on. A choice has to be made in order to obtain this. And it's like this one over here is rock solid. So really it's in Cancer's hands. Yeah, because here's the masculine. We have a really strong masculine and a really strong feminine. But the masculine is just now being, I guess, lit up, ding, 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 with the awareness of this. This is also doubt. Because if we have the masculine and the feminine, let me rearrange these. Here we have the union, right? So this might be a Cancer with an air sign. Doesn't have to be. But this is definitely an experienced woman and a like really masculine man. But this feminine over here is her overall like meaning or weight or whatever is independence and abundance. But also she has her owl, and owl medicine for me, my go-to is typically wisdom, right? And using your time wisely. And she's kind of like, well, this, I don't need to be without this, so this isn't going to be my priority, right? But it looks like the masculine, or maybe both, because like I said, everybody in the picture is really smitten, okay? The masculine has to do something in order to make this happen, and because he's juggling, okay? That's the best way that I can see this for this week. Cancer is that the masculine, whether that is the guy or the girl, you know, is going to have to take some kind of action now within the week. Or the soulmate relationship, the feminine will just let it go. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's smitten kitten, but this is not the first time she's been smitten. She's been smitten before. And look at where she is now. You know, she's not. See, but here we have she of the Correct. She is, this is like all of the queens and the empress and the bright mother. It's the emotion. It's like the empath emotion when you walk into a room and you can sense that somebody is not feeling well. Like you're receptive to feeling that, and then sometimes, particularly for empaths, you immediately want to like run over to the person and like make them feel better. But I think and that's, you know, part of what her message is, but more importantly, I think that this is it's kind of like an intuition vibe or something like that that's coming around. And it actually is probably for the masculine who is saying, bzz, bzz, you know, you need to deal with this. It's like, it's almost forcing the masculine to hear, to be receptive to this feeling, because the feminine will bolt. She doesn't need it, so why should she stay attached to it, even though it feels good for her? And so I think this is another message for the masculine, is that, well, maybe both, because this is the list of the shadows. This is the one that it breaks free from the bondage, from the low self-esteem, and, you know, and so for the feminine over here, that's what I'm talking about. She's already done that. She's a free being with a sword who is not willing to go back into the shadow. So if this masculine isn't willing to drop this other ball, it doesn't matter for her whether or not she's smitten, because she'll take off. And in the same sense for the masculine, this juggling and this need for strength is coming from a place of low self-esteem. Like, I want, like, fear of rejection. So, and then, so at some point in the week, we do get the clarity, the truth. This is Sylvanus. He is, he's the one that lifts the masks off the things, right? So here we have this entity, if you will, awakening the masculine to understand that a choice needs to be made. And that's done partially by illuminating the issues at hand, but also by, I think this vibe, this lover's vibe, is also really strong too. So I want to see what the masculine does, because if, first off, I need to see what the other ball is that he's juggling, because there's obviously two things here and we've only touched on one. I want to see what the other ball is that he's juggling, and I want to find out what he's going to do. And then I'm going to pull clarifiers on all these, and I'm also going to pull a little bit farther into the a little bit past 7 days to see what happens, suggesting that all of the advice is taken. So if you're interested in learning some more, the link for the extended video is in the box below, Cancer. Thanks so much for stopping by. And if this is where we part ways, it was great reading for you, and I'll catch you next week. All right? Have a good one.